Hi guys, welcome to, temporarily I'm calling this Sunset with Charlie, so that's what the show is called. But welcome to this amazing show, my first ever show, I think, where a superstar like this is a part of. Hello Rakshit Garu. Hi Sangeeta, hi Rana, and hi Charlie. We're not friends anymore. Okay, so coming to this amazing film, Charlie 777, Naku personally, I'll give little bit introduction. I love dog films, animal films, pichi naku. So when I first saw the trailer of Charlie 777, everyone, they see a film and they get really emotional and they cry, laugh with it. I've never in my life cried for a trailer. Charlie's trailer, the end of it, when this fellow hugs you, I'm like, it's so cool. I'm like, immediately, in like 5 minutes, I texted him saying, how do you do this? Are all your films that you're associated with for me? Because it was amazing. So I think I am the first, I'll buy the ticket first when the, bookings open. And so coming to you, sir, presenter.
Yes.
What is this affinity you have for animals? Because your previous film also that you've acted in was Aranya, that was based and was around elephants.
Yes.
Again, for me, I felt. But why? Is there like a specific reason why you chose this film?
See, one, apart from Rakshit Shetty being a smart actor and an amazing filmmaker, all of that, let's put all of that aside. But just about animals. I think oka animal to manaku unna emotion unde, it's much bigger than anything that we can have with human beings. Ante mana over smart అయిపోయి మనం లెక్కలు చాలా ఉంటాయి మనకి, and animals game ఉండవు. And I think it's very, very difficult to capture it on screen. Like you said, you're a fan of animal films. I was growing up too. You see it so well in Hollywood, but we just never knew how to make it with our context. And I think Rakshit really cracked that moment, or the filmmakers in that team. Is where they made it feel like it's a part of us, right? And this is a story that can happen to any single one of you, whether you're boy, girl, whatever age you are, and it's relevant to all. And I think, నేను యాక్చువల్లీ ఫస్ట్ టైం నాకు ఆయన చెప్పినప్పుడు ఈ సినిమా గురించి మా టీం వాళ్ళు చెప్పినప్పుడు నిజంగా ఒక చాలా కాంపాక్ట్గా చిన్న సినిమా తీసేస్తున్నారేమో అనుకున్నాను నేను. ట్రైలర్ చూసిన తర్వాత అర్థమైంది, వామ్మో, ఒక యానిమల్తో ఇంత కష్టంగా ఇంత తీసారంటే అతనికి ఎంత లవ్ ఉంది కథ మీద అని. And that's it. Then I said I got to be a part in some ways.
So how did this film Charlie come to you?
How did it come to me? It came from a teaser. The teaser of the film, a bunch of people started connecting me and him. We started talking and I said, that's it, boom.
Oh, that's nice. Everything was that easy, right?
It was really that simple. That's all. Actually, we just met once before. That's it.
I personally believe that every film takes what it wants, and especially this film, I think there is some divine energy which has travelled with the film because of Charlie, of course. And I think, especially when it comes to Telugu, it just happened. It's not that his team contacted us when they watched the teaser, but I was still I didn't know how their response will be when they watched the trailer and the film, of course. So once the trailer was ready and I sent him the link, that is not the final trailer yet, the music was not final. I sent him the link and he was shooting Bombay. And in between his shoot, he just called me and he's like, this is the film, I love it.
It was unbelievable. The first, I just remember, I said, wow, if I'm crying looking at something like this in the middle of some other shoot. And that's it. I said, no, this is something extremely impactful.
So see, I've heard that the story was in talks from the time of Kirik Party.
Yeah.
So how was the journey like from discussing with Kiran Raj, the director, from Kirik Party time to here? How, what are the changes? Why were you so adamant about this project?
So one thing is, see, when you capture that unconditional love on screen, which never happens between humans, there is always some kind of conditions when it comes to humans. But when it comes to animals, it's completely different. And so when Kirik Party, after Kirik Party, when Kiran Raj came and told me just the gist of the story, I was very sure that this is the film we will produce for sure. Because Kirik Party was our first production under Paramba Studios. So immediately the next film has to be something, something which has a lot of value to it. And so we froze that, we'll produce the film. So I told Kiran Raj that, you bring me the script and we'll definitely produce this. But then that time I had some other plans. I was doing another film called Avani Sriman Narayana. So Kiran Raj had another actor in mind. So he was supposed to do it. But when the workshops and all started, he was supposed to train with Charlie for, in between every schedule, he was supposed to train with Charlie, and then they used to go for schedule. So there was 1 year of workshop even before the film shoot started. And
in that workshop, that actor ran away and he had to play it. That's really what.
So,
Oh my God.
so then I asked him, if I can do the role. Then he was really happy about it. Then we made some changes in the script. The climax, everything changed, and then this happened.
Are you getting ready to go somewhere? So Charlie, my next question. You may imagine he starts talking and from here.
Yeah, he'll talk. He'll say hello and stuff like that. మాట్లాడతాడు తెలుగు కూడా మాట్లాడతాడు.
That's another interview altogether. So Sangeeta, hi. So this is your third film, right?
Second film, yes.
So how is it, I mean, it's the most generic question, but I would want to know because, Rakshit is known for his selection of these very different and very gripping films. So how is it working with him?
You don't
Have
give
you
me
not
that stare.
asked this question before? Has anyone not asked this
No,
generic
everyone
question
have asked
before?
it. It's the most common question, and every time this question is asked, I look
So
at
now
it.
how do
and
I
he gives
answer
me
it
this look.
differently?
He gives me this look.
Most different.
What are you gonna tell?
Just I didn't like it. Every interview she's like, it's amazing, he's amazing. He'll be like, no, it's okay.
I have acted with many few heroes, and it was different experience. They are like serious and into the character and somewhat like that. But in Charlie, especially in Charlie, I didn't get that feel. First thing is, this film I have done it for 3 to 4 years. So this is not a team anymore. This is a family. So and we see each other every day. So our day starts whenever we meet. It starts with pulling leg. I open my mouth and I am gonna be like, my leg is gonna be pulled, and I'll be like, oh shit, why did I talk? So it starts like that. So and moreover, keeping the jokes apart, he's a person who likes to read book and to talk more spiritual things, and I enjoy that more. And I always admired him, so I always saw what he was doing. I was always interested to know more. Don't be amazed.
Like she's seeing, she's observing you from corner. What is he doing?
And my whole family is a big fan of him, so it was amazing working with him.
Nice, awesome. So now that you said you've been in this project for 3 to 4 years, I love it how after, or even if a movie is happening for like 6 months, by the end of it you become a family, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the director, ఆ టైంకి ఈ ఒక్క ప్రొఫెషన్లోనే సినిమాకి మన ఫ్రెండ్స్ చుట్టుపక్కల వాళ్ళందరూ ఫటాఫట మారిపోతుంటారు. We never have these colleagues like how people in IT or have like we've known each other for 8 years.
I've known
It's
you
not
for
like
18 years.
exactly. So your core, the people who are around you keep changing for each project. So coming to Charlie's 777, you said it's for 3.5 years. That seems like a very big, very long time. How did it feel on the last day of set on shoot?
He was the most happiest.
I was happy.
Like,
Because
"Wow,
solid."
I was emotional. I texted him a very emotional big message. He's like, hey, wait, 1 more day is left. I'm like, oh, I was sad. He was the happiest.
I'm normally very emotional when it comes to the last day of shoot, but this film I was the happiest. I was like, I'm done with this.
Because the shooting process was so like
this
laborious.
was the shooting process was not a regular shooting process, and shooting with a dog is not that easy,
We know one shot took 1 full day, no? With this. Was it Charlie? Charlie only, right?
It's Charlie only.
Yeah, no, because the director in one of his interviews said that there were 3 different dogs that you guys
There are
shot.
2 different dogs.
Charlies.
One is
For the age, right?
one is for the puppy portion.
Yeah.
Another for the rest of the film.
Okay.
And she took. So there is one sequence where she has to do a few tricks, and she took 1 full day to show that emotion, exact emotion, what the director wanted.
And even director stuff.
So,
He will not compromise.
so basically, what he does is during the workshop, when Charlie is getting trained, that guy goes with the camera. And somewhere he would have captured one expression. He would have come home, watched that expression again and again in rewind.
Nice.
And then he would have thought about, in this sequence, this expression
Oh my
suits well.
God,
And then
wow.
on that day of shoot, he'll come and tell the trainer that, I want exactly this expression. Now the trainer can make her do tricks, but how can he control the expressions?
Because he liked few Charlie's expression, he's like, I'll write a scene on this expression. Is that how it worked, like in reverse? But
Yes,
that's nice.
to get a detail of someone like this, I think unless you are so passionate and involved with the animal, you won't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's
So
amazing.
all you guys are dog lovers?
I
But
guess
that's nice.
to get a detail of someone like this, I think unless you are so passionate and involved with the animal, you won't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
So
amazing.
all you guys are dog lovers? 3 of you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an animal lover at an
You're
overall
an
level.
animal lover. And there is this, I don't know if this it's happening like a very happy this thing, but I know that you've had a Labrador, right?
Yeah, I did.
And that fellow,
Yeah,
he ran away.
yeah.
And,
It's actually a cross. It's between an Labrador and an Alsatian.
and then
in
you
Chennai.
guys searched the entire,
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
entire film nagar
Yeah,
for him.
for that guy. Yeah.
But he looks something.
He looks like this, but much. he was
Did
this-
you like ever think about him when you like met Charlie for the first time? Did he like kind of remind you? Because you were young, right? You were pretty young.
No, I wasn't young. Hyderabad, my dog I had in Chennai was for a very long time.
Okay.
So I had him till I was 14 years old, and he ran out of the house and he died because an auto hit him. So he lived like he was technically my brother for a really long.
Oh my god.
And then after that, the rest of the dogs were always my sister's dogs. So I used to hang out with them. But yeah, the lab was Boggle, and it was about slightly young. It was a smaller fellow.
Now Boggle will be very happy that
Yeah.
you did a film
Film.
with someone who looks almost like Boggle.
It's amazing that you know.
Yeah, I did my research.
That's
No,
amazing that you know it.
but yeah, so like again, coming back to the fact that you guys shot for how 167
7
days.
days, yeah.
That's very long. Again, keeping in mind because there was a dog involved. Did you guys, every time when a shoot's happening for so long, there'll be a little fear saying, will anything go wrong? Because especially when you're shooting with a dog, did you have that fear of when you go back home from shoot tomorrow morning, will there be shoot or what other, this thing is going to happen?
So when we started shooting for Charlie, I was not prepared for the kind of challenges which is going to come my way. Probably that the director knew it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know it. I didn't know that I have to give 40 takes for every shot, and I didn't know that along with me acting, I need to make that also act or do some
Yeah,
tricks
yeah.
simultaneously. So every day was a new challenge. So it was not that okay. I at one point I understood that I can't think about what tomorrow. Right now I'm doing this. Just think about this and do it.
Okay,
So,
that's a good
yeah.
attitude to go in with.
The others
I
is
feel.
there's no way of getting it done.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting it done. The
Wait,
others
I
is
feel-
there's no way of getting it done.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting it done.
When we started, we were thinking of finishing the shoot in 80 days.
Right.
And then it became 110. Then it became 140.
Then you stopped counting.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
yeah, let it finish. Then I'll count in the end.
But then see, I think it really does, even as an actor, because you've had multiple scenes with Charlie too. It kinds of really drains you as an actor because I don't think you ever had to do those many takes for another actor. Charlie, you're amazing. I'm not talking about you. I love you, Charlie. Don't go.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Rara, treat istara. Hey, Charlie.
Please. Please.
Charlie, sit. Idigo, sit.
Sit.
Kucho, Papa. Place.
Charlie, sit. Sit.
400 రోజులు చేశారు మీకు తెలుసు సారీ 200 400
No way back.
I'll save this for later.
Yeah, later.
I'll save this for later. సగమే పెట్టా. Cool. So like I was saying, it really strains you as an actor. Was there any day that you were like, that's it, go screw this film, I'm not going to do it? Because with any other actor, you wouldn't have done so many takes.
No, it was my own
How
production, so I
taxing
can't.
was it? How taxing was it for you guys? How taxing was it for you guys?
I mean, it was my own production, so I can't stop the film in between. for sure.
అదొకటి ఉంది కదా మర్చిపోయాను. Sorry.
Yeah.
ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తే ఏం చేయలేము. ఎవరు కంప్లైంట్ చేయడానికి ఎవరు ఉండరు.
Correct.
So there was one sequence where in the film there are like 10 sequences where Charlie comes and wakes me up. So I'm sleeping, and so for that they should apply fish oil on my face so that it can smell it and come and lick my face as soon as it comes closer to me.
Oh my God! What? Oh, is that the scene where you like go back and wash it, torture someone?
Correct. So that is one sequence. Later he gets used to it. So every morning Charlie comes and wakes me up. So there is one sequence which we are shooting in Kodaikanal, and instead of this Charlie, they had brought the other Charlie because they needed more energy to that sequence.
And we are a chilled out person.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's very
Chill, calm, huh? Did you see that too? She tried eating a fly just now. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kodaikanal.
So in that sequence, that the other Charlie who's very energetic, she came and gave me a mark on my face. So I was like, it was already the second shot, and the shot had come out pretty good.
Good, huh?
So I was like, okay, fine. And anyways, there's a mark, but the shot is come out okay. So the director is like, no, we need to go for one more shot because it has entered from the wrong side. Like, I'm not going to do this. So that was the only take. I think I, lost my patience, and I'm like,
That's it.
yeah, I'm not going to do it again.
Don't test me. Just because I'm the producer and I can't walk out of it, I'm sure the director, that's why he did all this to you. I wish he was here too. Do you know about Charlie's routine? I want to know about, because in the film he likes ice cream, right?
Yeah.
What does he not? What's his weakness normally?
Charlie's weakness. Huh? I mean, any treat you give, she's ready for it. But there are few things which she likes among the treats, like fish. That fish thing.
Fish oil that was on your face.
Yeah, that is her favorite, I think.
It's so funny. Where is you ate?
I didn't eat it.
You ate. Okay, cool. So that by the end of it he comes off with me. You guys are understanding my plan, no? She's the treat girl అని చెప్పి నా వెనకాల వచ్చేస్తాడని
అంటే
చెప్పి
ఎన్ని ట్రీట్లు వేసి ఉంటారు 200 రోజులు వీళ్ళు.
మనం పెద్ద పెద్ద చికెన్ పీసెస్ ఇస్తారు చార్లీ నిజంవి. మీకు తెలుగు రాదా? ఓకే. So when you were shooting with Charlie, you play the animal welfare officer, right? So what was your takeaway as an actor from the entire film? Again, I said I don't think you'll. Hopefully, I'm hoping, I'm wishing for you that you don't do any film that is more than 200 days like this. But what was your takeaway from, like I said, it's, you're very new in this
yes.
career, though you have acted with multiple people. What was your takeaway from this entire film? Because with a dog, it's very rare.
I had to unlearn everything what I've learned.
Very nice. So I had to unlearn everything that I learned because nothing was the same.
Yeah, because everything was new. Because one thing was Kiran sir is very precise about what he wants.
Not just from the dog,
Yeah.
from other actors also.
From everyone. And even to select me, he had auditioned 2,000 people before me. Yeah, so so after that I had to go through workshop. I had to unlearn everything what I had learned, and he wanted to settle me down. I was more expressive. He made me calm down, become Devika more. So he literally, like, after a few months I became Devika completely, and at the end, like when we started meeting together, he started asking me, were you like this only before or you became like this? It was like that. It was fun.
Right.
We had to keep the treat in our mouth to get Charlie to perform. She should look into our face, right? Like, we don't have that bond,
yeah, got it,
but she should look into our eyes. So we should keep the treat. He had to do it, I had to do it. So we had to keep it over here. She would look at us and we'll talk. After the whole scene is done, we should throw it like this to her so that she eats.
Such a different I mean, for me to even kind of, listen to what you guys are saying, I don't think anyone will ever have this experience because, like I said, I see a lot of dog films, and this is one of first of its kind, I'm thinking, in like South India. I've never seen any film that is completely based on a dog. I know movies where dogs have like a good role in the film, but the movie is called Charlie. For God's sake, it's called Charlie. So I don't think these kind of experiences are going to be very repetitive. So
He's trying to eat
He
flies.
doesn't want treats, he wants flies. He likes the flies in Ramanaidu Studios. Cool. So I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite animal film? Dog film?
Hachiku?
Yeah. I'm helping.
Hachiku is something which comes to my mind immediately.
Okay. That's the favorite. Did you
Yeah.
cry?
I didn't cry. I'm not. I didn't watch it in theater.
So I cried in one glass cubicle. I'm like, Chico. That's
Yeah,
years after he died.
I think it touched me, but I didn't cry. I don't remember crying.
That's why he didn't cry last day of the film. He's like, I don't have emotions anymore. What is your favorite dog film?
My favorite, I think, Black Stallion will be my favorite.
Black Stallion.
I think when I was growing up, that was a film that you kept watching over and over again.
Yours?
Favorite dog
No,
breed is it?
animal film.
Animal, right? I love all animals. I love all.
In the movie.
You have a favorite animal film?
Animal film is Hachiko only. I helped him actually, copied mine.
That is why you should never share your answers.
He looked at me. Hachiko. I was like, yeah.
You can say Charlie, no.
This, yeah.
It's not released yet.
Charlie, when I watched the film, I remember the shooting days.
For him, it's like PTSD. I don't want to go back there. Cool.
What's your favorite?
Is
animal?
oh my god. So there's something called A Dog's Purpose. It's
Yeah.
where a dog keeps, like having a rebirth. It's brilliant. It has a season.
I've
It has a second part also. It's beautiful. So, okay. And this is other thing that I wanted to ask. Ante me kuda obviously, as someone who's presenting the film. Is this film? I think everyone would want to know because he's the one of the main characters of the film. Is this film only for dog lovers? Like, what is the relatability for the audience? What should the audience expect when they go for a film?
See, a lot of people after watching the trailer, even though they are not dog lovers,
Right.
they've called me and told me that I've cried.
Right.
So that is something which I am, I think even the non-dog lovers also will come to theaters and they'll cry watching the film. I mean, it's not about only crying. You'll laugh. There are a lot of sequences where you laugh also, and by the end of it, you'll come out smiling as well.
Right.
So if you're a dog lover, obviously there is, I don't have any doubt that you'll fall in love with the film.
Love the film.
But if you're not a dog lover, probably you'll come out and
Then adopt
you'd
a
want to have a
Yeah.
you'd want to have a dog at home.
Nice. Because, see, I know a lot of people who are not very much into dogs as much as I am. And they're like, but it looks like a nice film. So just for audience when they watch this, for them to know that okay, it's not only about dogs. Because the cutest part that I have seen is you leave the dog in the park, and then he's like, "Hammaya, I left it," and he comes back home. The Kutti comes. He's like, "Uncle, the dog is in the park." He's like, "Oh, is it still there?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Where is it?" She's like, "In my bag." It is so cute. It's a very lovely scene.
So I think someone who has spent time with the dog knows how the dogs are.
Yes.
Right.
But someone who has not spent time,
They would want
prob-
to
हाँ,
adopt.
so they would probably the film will influence them.
Right.
See, and when you're watching a film, it doesn't really matter what the film is about. It's that emotion that you take back with you.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this film has a ton of that. So you will go back with a filled heart, a heavy heart. All of those together, you'll go back in this film.
Right, nice. So, you shot from all across India, from Goa to Kashmir,
From Mysore to
from
Kashmir,
Mysore to
yeah.
Kashmir. So, how difficult was it for you? He'll tell the entire movie was difficult only. What's the next question? Because I kept asking how is it difficult. No, like to shoot in these different weathers and snow. Does Charlie in real life really enjoy snow?
I don't think so. And she enjoys cool weather for sure.
Okay.
Because even when we were shooting in Bangalore also, we had to keep her in. She had a separate caravan, and then she had.
I'm kidnapping this dog. Yes.
She had a swimming pool of her own because whenever she used to pant,
Sir?
she has to go and swim and come, so that she's more energetic after
Sir,
swimming.
production values. These are the production values.
Yeah, like
every
no, most times they didn't get a van. Like in Kashmir, they never
Yeah.
had
We
a van
never
or
had a
nothing.
We never had a caravan,
Literally
but she
only
always had.
We
Charlie had a
prepared a collis
my
we made a collis into a caravan and
Yeah.
she had a caravan all the time.
Good. That's how you keep up the bar for other dogs, Charlie Ma. So right. So, but did you guys enjoy the weather? At least did you guys enjoy? Because they went all the way till Kashmir. Kirana, Raj asked me to ask this question.
For some reason, I think when we were shooting in Mysore, I think that was the toughest time for some reason, because Charlie had more tricks, and acting with Charlie in that schedule was more difficult.
Right.
Once the travel started, she didn't have many tricks to perform, and the second half more goes on Dharma's the internal change,
Correct.
what happens inside him, and she's always there with him, but she didn't have much tricks. So I think second half shoot was not that difficult. Although we went through different weather conditions, I think that was something we could manage.
Okay, nice. So, should we play like a game with Charlie?
Okay, go for
And
it.
we see who he loves more? Me. No. So now we're going to play a little game. Here we have 4 cards and we have 4 people from your team, including Rana's name. We'll see who is Charlie's favorite.
Okay.
Okay, now Charlie only will select. I have nothing to do. There are 4 cards, 4 names. ఒకటే ఓకే పాపా నాకు అర్థమైంది అదే నేను తీస్తా అదే తీస్తా
నా పేరు రాకపోతే
Not Rana for sure.
Of course it is.
Oh my bad.
Okay, you all have to pretend because you're all good actors and so am I and so is Charlie. Okay. So
Whose card did you pick?
such a flop plan.
No,
You picked Rana.
no.
The other one was your name.
Oh yeah.
Arey,
Very good.
how does your name?
He really picked mine? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Arre, wow. Very
So
good,
cool.
Charlie.
Loves you.
Okay. Doing it. Very good. Now go. Please.
Now she's trying to search for her name there.
Please.
Rana only picked.
Please. Okay.
And folks, so that is how you butter the producer or the presenter by putting all 4 names. Sir, please give movie offer. Okay, so anything else you want to like share with us, like a crazy scene that has happened in 167 days?
Oh, all
What did Charlie teach you?
160.
See, every animal teaches you something on set.
Patience.
Charlie,
What did he teach you?
definitely patience for
Is it
sure.
patience?
He taught you not to quit.
No, that I had different reasons not to go to it. But otherwise, yeah, the whole journey has been very different from any other film. I always believe that every film, along with the character I play, the emotions I go through because of those characters, there is an internal journey as me as Rakshit also, which there are some changes which happens with every film. And with respect to Charlie, I believe the changes which has happened inside me is the biggest. That's taught me a lot of emotional things which probably I was not aware of before Charlie. Yeah.
I think animals do bring out, they're the best in you. Like they have unconditional love. I think it's there in yours also. Right? No
Exactly.
matter how many times you like shoo her away, she like keeps coming back, and that's not something that you just make up out of the blue. It's everything that I've seen, at least the footage from your content. Everything is so. When I was watching the torture song, I'm like, how do they know what happened in my life? So it is so relatable.
I think
for
many of them have told me this. Like
Yeah.
a lot of things which is in the torture song or in any other sequences.
Yeah,
A lot of things which
have happened to me that happened in torture song. I just don't want to be embarrassed on camera. But yeah. So what are you expecting from this?
What am I expecting
film?
from this? See, every time, Pratsari, Telugulo, when you bring out a new genre, it's always welcomed very nicely. అది నువ్వు యాక్టర్స్ ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్లో ఉన్నారు, అది ఇప్పుడు ఏ ఒరిజినల్లో తీసారా, ఎన్ని లేకుండా, if it's an emotion that connects well to our audience, they always lap it up very well. And Telugu actually had a history of a lot of animal films in the 70s and the 80s, which I got to watch much later because of just knowing, getting to know about cinema. But then after that, people just stopped making those films, right? And I
Because
think
they had to shoot for 200 days.
it's an effort. It's definitely an effort to get this done. And I think the fact that they went and did all of this, I think it's extremely commendable.
Yeah.
I think everybody who has some sense of love and the kindness in them will come and watch this film and enjoy it.
And I think the fact that I'm sure someone must have gotten an idea of, okay, you know, we have a dog, because so many films like Hachiko and all these films have been coming from so many years. Someone must have got an idea, but to have the kind of guts to actually, or Gundadairyam to actually do a film like this that you know is going to take so much from you as an actor, as a producer, and as a director. I'm sure Kirana Raj looks those, I mean, as I'm hearing about him, he seems like a very stern man who knows what he wants and who won't leave till he gets what he wants. But that is, like Rana said, that is very commendable to actually have that kind of commitment and perseverance to a project like this, and that shows how much you guys believe the project. So I'm hoping and I'm wishing, and I will, like I said, I'm be the first audience who will come and watch this film. And
You send me the first message. You're my mascot. Let's go.
mascot and Charlie get up.
Charlie get
Cool. So I am very positive that this movie is going to, you know, touch everyone and be like a super success. So I'm wishing you guys all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm keeping Charlie here for a few more hours. You guys can go by.
Charlie, you want to stay?
Yeah, of course. She's my bacon girl.
Chalo, thank you. Thank you much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.